Ahead, more storm clouds gather over Citi, and man's best friend gets behind the wheel. Yes, he does. Welcome to 3 Times Square this Wednesday from Reuters World Headquarters in New York. First, Citi gets rid of its boss, Vikram Pandit, and now it's axing 11,000 workers. That's our daily digit. It represents about 4% of its staff. It's all a part of a plan to kickstart the business in the face of weaker trading and higher costs from regulation, and will likely cost Citi $1 billion in the fourth quarter earnings, but also save them over $1 billion a year. Investors giving a thumbs up, though, with Citi rising about 2.5%. Sticking with jobs, it's meant to be the dividing rod for Friday's non-farm payrolls, and the ADP number this morning came in under analyst expectations. ADP says only 118,000 private payrolls were created in November. Economists were hoping for 125,000. But before you start running for the hills, remember the data was skewed by Superstorm Sandy. In fact, Moody's Analytics' Mark Zandi says the actual figure should be 150,000, in line with last month's reading, so there is a silver lining there. Good news for Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg. He's getting 99 new friends. The social network becomes the latest member of the NASDAQ 100, but replacing Infosys. It's definitely a milestone for the site. Our Breaking Views' Rob Siren says its shares are likely to rise as more funds will be forced to include Facebook in their portfolios. It's up about 1.5%. One CEO who is not feeling the love, Big Lots' Stephen Fishman. The SEC is investigating a $10 million stock sale in March by the boss. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. Fishman announced his retirement on Tuesday. Big Lots told the Journal that his departure is unrelated to the probe and that the stock sale was, quote, made at a time when the company's trading window was open. Big Lots down almost 2% this morning. To another regulator, the EU slapping Philips and 5 other firms with a record fine of over $1.9 billion. The reason, price fixing for parts of TV monitors. Our Axel Threlfel joins us in London. Axel, apparently this scheme is going on for about a decade or so, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Lisa. 2 cartels were targeted, one for TVs, the other for computer monitors. And these cartels operated between 1996 and 2006. During which time executives from the companies talked about how to fix prices, how to share markets, what they called, and get this, green meetings, so-called because these meetings usually ended with a round of golf. 1.47 billion euros, as you say, $1.9 billion, or to put that in perspective, a sum equivalent pretty much to the annual GDP of the Maldives, is the fine for the price fixing. Philips was hit with the biggest penalty, just over 313 million euros. LG Electronics came in close behind with 296 million. The others, Panasonic, Samsung, Toshiba, and France's Technicolor, the other companies fine. So, yeah, a big one. They won't be forgetting this one in a hurry, put it that way.
I like that. Price fixing and capping it off with a round of golf. Thanks to Axel. And finally, riding shotgun with man's best friend. Dogs learning to drive in New Zealand, part of a push by the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, to highlight their intelligence and encourage more people to adopt rescued animals. Their training began in September with simple movements, putting a paw on a mock gear stick, sitting in a driving position, and holding a steering wheel. Once they got in a real car, training aids on a trolley helped the dogs accelerate and steer. And don't you dare cross them when they get road rage. A couple of days ago. That is the latest from 3 Times Square this Wednesday. You can follow us on Twitter at Reuters Insider and check out our Reuters YouTube channel at Reuters.com/ReutersTV. I'm Lisa Bernhard. This is Reuters.